You know that ringing sound in your ears? That high-pitched hum or buzz that just won't go away, no matter how quiet the room gets? Most people think it's just stress, or maybe too much time around loud music, or just one of those weird things the body does for no reason. But I want you to stop for a second, because that ringing, that persistent, annoying, sometimes maddening sound, could be your body sending you an urgent message. And today I'm going to tell you exactly what it's saying. I'm Dr. Jason Reed, and on this channel we talk about what's really going on inside your body. Not just the symptoms you can see, but the deeper signals your body uses to tell you something is off. And tinnitus, which is the clinical name for that ringing in your ears, is one of the most misunderstood signals out there. Millions of people are living with it right now, and most of them have been told there's nothing they can do. I'm here to tell you that's simply not true. So if you've been dealing with that ringing, buzzing, clicking, or hissing sound in your ears, stay with me, because what I'm about to share could genuinely change things for you. Let's start with something most doctors don't talk about when a patient walks in complaining about ear ringing. The first question is usually about noise exposure or blood pressure, but there's a question that almost never gets asked, and it should be the first one. That question is, what are your magnesium levels like? Now, before you scroll away thinking this is too simple, hear me out, because the science here is actually fascinating. Magnesium is one of the most essential minerals in the human body. It's involved in over 300 biochemical reactions. It controls nerve function, regulates muscle contractions, supports heart rhythm, and plays a critical role in how your auditory system, your entire hearing mechanism, operates. And here's the alarming part. Studies estimate that up to 80% of adults in the modern world are deficient in magnesium. Not mildly low, genuinely deficient. And most of them have absolutely no ideas. So what does magnesium actually do inside your ears? Inside the inner ear, there are tiny hair cells, and I mean microscopic, that are responsible for translating sound vibrations into electrical signals that your brain can interpret. These hair cells are extraordinarily sensitive. They're also extremely vulnerable to damage. And one of their primary protectors is magnesium. When magnesium levels drop, these hair cells become far more susceptible to damage from sound, from oxidative stress, from poor circulation. And when those hair cells get irritated or damaged, they start firing erratically. The result? Your brain picks up a sound that isn't really there. That's the ringing, that's the hum, that's the buzz that keeps you up at night. There's actually a well-known study conducted with military personnel, people exposed to significant noise, and the researchers found that those who were given magnesium supplements before noise exposure had significantly less hearing damage and significantly less tinnitus compared to those who weren't supplemented. That's not anecdotal. That's controlled research, and it points directly to the connection between this mineral and the health of your auditory system. But here's what makes this even more interesting. Magnesium doesn't just protect the hair cells. It also acts as a natural calcium channel blocker. Now, in the context of tinnitus, this is huge. When there's too much calcium activity in the nerve cells of the inner ear, those nerves become overstimulated. They fire when they shouldn't. They send signals your brain wasn't supposed to receive. Magnesium essentially acts as a gatekeeper, calming those nerves down, preventing that overstimulation. When magnesium is low, that gatekeeper is absent and the nerves are essentially left unsupervised. And chaos follows in the form of that relentless ringing sound. Now let me tell you why so many of us are low in magnesium. Because it's not just about diet, though diet is a big part of it. Modern food processing strips magnesium out of grains. The soil our vegetables are grown in has dramatically lower mineral content than it did 50 years ago. On top of that, stress depletes magnesium at an accelerated rate. And stress is something most of us are dealing with every single day. Alcohol, caffeine, certain medications like diuretics and antibiotics, all of these increase magnesium excretion. So even if you think you're eating reasonably well, the odds are genuinely stacked against you when it comes to maintaining adequate magnesium levels. And the symptoms of low magnesium go well beyond ear ringing. If you're also experiencing muscle cramps or twitching, difficulty sleeping, anxiety that feels disproportionate to what's going on in your life, irregular heartbeat, headaches, or persistent fatigue, those are all signs that your magnesium could be critically low. The ringing in your ears might just be the loudest signal your body has chosen to send you. So what do you do about it? First, let's talk about food. Dark leafy greens, spinach, Swiss chard, are among the best sources. Pumpkin seeds are absolutely loaded with magnesium. Dark chocolate, almonds, avocados, black beans, bananas, these all contribute meaningfully. I want you to start incorporating more of these into your daily routine, not as a temporary fix, but as a lifestyle shift. Your auditory system, your nervous system, your cardiovascular system, they all benefit when you consistently feed your body what it actually needs. Now, when it comes to supplementation, not all magnesium is created equal. Magnesium oxide, which is the most common and cheapest form you'll find on shelves, has very poor absorption. The forms that your body actually uses well are magnesium glycinate, which is also excellent for sleep and anxiety, and magnesium threonate, which has a particular affinity for the nervous system and the brain. These are the forms worth considering if you're going to supplement. And of course, before starting any supplement, I always recommend speaking with your healthcare provider, especially if you're on medication or managing any chronic condition. Beyond magnesium, I want you to be aware of a few other factors that often work together with magnesium deficiency to worsen tinnitus. Vitamin B12 deficiency is strongly linked to nerve damage, including the auditory nerve. Zinc plays a role in protecting the inner ear and has been shown in studies to reduce tinnitus severity in people who are deficient. And vitamin D, which the majority of people worldwide are low in, influences how your body absorbs and utilizes magnesium. So a vitamin D deficiency can actually compound a magnesium deficiency and make ear ringing significantly worse. These nutrients are interconnected and they work as a team. Fixing one while ignoring the others often produces incomplete results. I also want to mention one lifestyle factor that is almost universally overlooked when it comes to tinnitus, and that's sleep position and neck health. Poor posture, chronically tight neck muscles, and misalignment in the cervical spine can reduce blood flow to the inner ear and contribute to that ringing sound. If you spend hours a day looking down at a phone or sitting at a desk without proper posture support, this is worth addressing alongside the nutritional piece. Here's what I want you to take away from everything I've shared with you today: that ringing in your ears is not random. It is not inevitable. And it is not something you simply have to accept as your new normal. Your body is a remarkably intelligent system, and when something is wrong, it finds ways to tell you. Tinnitus is one of those messages. It's your auditory system saying, something is missing, something is off, pay attention. And now you know what to look for. Start with magnesium, get your levels checked if you can. Clean up your diet, look at your stress load, examine your sleep. These are not small things. They are foundational, and they can make a real, measurable difference in how you feel every single day. If this video gave you a new perspective on something you've been struggling with, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want to keep learning how to listen to your body and actually understand what it's telling you, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because that's exactly what we do here every week. I'm Dr. Jason Reed. Take care of your body, because it's taking care of you.